Hello, welcome back. I am the Boogeyman. Do you want to hear a story? I bring you tales from the Boogey world. I bring you tales to help send you off to sleep. Come, sleep. Let me help you. Now, before I tell you this tale, I will guide you through a short meditation to relax your body and prepare you for a night of dreams or nightmares. Would you like that? Good. Make sure you finish off any other tasks before we begin. Use the bathroom, drink a glass of water, check under your bed. Make sure there is no other reason to leave your comfort before we enter absolute comfort. You may pause this podcast here and resume when you're back. Are you ready? Lay down, sweet friend. Lay on your bed, on your floor. No harsh textures around you. Only soft, only gentle. Let's breathe together. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Close your eyes for me. Push away the tension in your eyebrows. You can use both your hands or just the one, but be gentle with yourself. Release that tension. No need to frown. Let the calm wash over your face. Unclench your jaw. Rest your eyelids and your tongue. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Roll your shoulders all the way back. Allow yourself to melt deep into your mattress. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go of the tension in your body, in your shoulders, in your neck, in your hips, your legs, your toes, your fingers. Surrender your body to sleep. Come, join me in the Boogey world. Let me tell you a tale about trespassing and revenge. This story is called Batibat's Torture and a Land Dispute. In a faraway town, a man, wife, and his 2 teenage children set out to build a home near an old tree deep in the country, using the tree to prop up the porch roof over a swinging chair. Unbeknownst to them, this was already occupied land. Once their humble home is built and ready for moving in, this family gather and make the journey with a truck full of their belongings to the house. When they arrive, they see that someone has already come to visit, and they were not friendly. Flowers planted fresh in the front garden had been trodden on, trampled, and pulled out. Handfuls of dirt were thrown at the house and at its windows. As they got closer, they read a message that had been carved into the wooden front door. It read, "Last chance, leave now." Bloody hooligan, the dad yells. What idiot would do this? The mother, seemingly irritated, but remaining calm, encourages her 2 teenage children to choose a bedroom each and settle for bed after dinner. They'll have their first day at school in the morning. The dad agrees to stay up to watch out for the vandalizers. He does not take this threat lightly. Sun shining, first day at a new school, in a new town. The daughter, a 14-year-old Amelia Brown, starts her school day, nervous but eager to get to class. She can see people turn to look at her, so self-conscious in her hormonal years. She feels so out of place. Stepping into a long corridor, the first person she walks by pricks her arm with a needle, and before she can say anything, they're already gone. It must have been an accident, she thinks for a second. She's shocked, but she carries on walking, and then it happens again, and again, and again. And then the corridor is filled with people spilling out of classrooms, all with needles to prick her with when she's not looking. She can't catch them, but she feels it. No longer are these pains dull, they start to sting all of her body. She runs, so desperate to escape. She enters the first room she can get to, and now she's at the front of the class. Everyone is quiet and sat down. They're all looking at her. It's her turn to read her assignment out loud. She looks down and there's nothing on her paper. They're all waiting. She starts to cry, and when she tries to speak, her mouth stings and then bleeds and will not open. It's sewn shut. They're still waiting, and they're laughing and they're judging. Now, the brother, an 18-year-old Samuel Brown, drives his beaten-up starter car that he'd put together with his father the previous summer. He drives along a long, quiet road in the summer sunshine. It's bright and warm. The radio is playing something nice. And then he looks down to fix the radio, and when he looks back up, he quickly realizes that he is in busy traffic and he is going way too fast. And with no way to turn, he immediately crashes. The car is thrown up and it spins. Ripped out of his seatbelt, he is also thrown around from inside the car. And it keeps going. It will not stop. There is no way to stop. He just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning, his body whirling and hitting every inch of the car from the inside. Back Back at the house, the father, Mr. Brown, sits at the kitchen table, watching through the window as he drinks his ale from a large mug. A brick TV plays late-night TV ads. He's not much fighting his tired eyes, but he's enjoying his drink. The wife, Mrs. Mary Brown, upstairs in the house, puts down her book on the nightstand and gets up to go to the bathroom before bed. As she walks through the hallway, she sees lights flicker from the children's rooms. She cautiously enters the room closest to her. It's her daughter's room. She screams. There's a large-bodied demonic creature hovering over her daughter's body. Her body is tossing and turning, stuck, trapped in her own dream. The creature turns to the mother, and the mother says,
"Who are you? What do you want?"
You know who I am.
Batibat.
She smiles at her.
Leave my children alone. Leave their bodies now.
Mom screams and she yells and she calls for her husband, and Batibat laughs again and looks up. Her husband is stuck to the ceiling, forced to watch this unfold. Batibat grows even larger and more taunting, eyes wide and all her teeth stretched out into a smile of pleasure. Mrs. Mary Brown turns her face from fear and meek into one even more taunting and sinister than Batibat's. This confuses Batibat and then makes Batibat very, very angry.
You cannot lay claim onto my house,
says Mary.
You dare build up my post. Use my home to prop up yours.
This is our land now, Batibat.
Batibat charges towards the woman, who is still smiling, and as she charges, she becomes stuck. Batting her arms forward towards Mary, she screams, "Let me go!" The woman sternly and clearly says,
You let my family go first.
Let me go, witch.
You first.
Frustrated and mad, Batibat screams from her guts so loud she bloats 3 times bigger, and Dad falls to the ground and disappears. Amelia, shocked upright, awake, and hyperventilating, screams at the sight of Batibat, woken from a horrible nightmare loop and confronted by a nightmare creature. Samuel runs in and screams too. He runs to his sister and they hold each other. Mary demands,
Leave through the window, Batibat. Leave and never return. And if you try anything, so help me.
with all the members of the family awake now, Batibat loses her strength and retreats out of the window, cursing as she leaves.
I will be back. You will sleep, and I will be back. So long as you sleep at my post.
Come morning, the woman and her husband chop down the old tree, pouring salt over the stump. Everyone is traumatized. though Mary seems to have handled it very well. She never does reveal how she was able to trap Batibat, though Batibat knows a witch when she sees one. And after a forced eviction, Batibat travels deeper into the forest. Sometimes she lives in the Boogey world, but sometimes she's just very, very high up a tree. She captures trespassing sleepers from time to time, trapping them in horrific nightmares that go on and on until their human bodies die. Campers, lost hikers, curious lovers. But this is not such an occurrence. It does not happen very often. For the most part, Batibat will not disturb anyone so long as they do not trespass on her post. So think twice before using an old tree to prop up your home, and think twice before you see an old tree in an old place with no people around. You never know who already lives there. And if you do happen to move into a home with an old tree nearby, well, good luck. Thank you for listening to this tale. It's an honest story from a friend of mine here in the Boogey world. I hope it will help you to better understand us. This podcast is brought to you by the Boogey World Podcast Production Network and is sponsored by peptoabysmal.co.uk, the pink and baggy 90s 2000s nostalgia t-shirt brand. Visit linktr.ee/theboogeyworld for all things Boogey World, including links to the website, other podcasts, events, and more. All links will be included in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. I hope you're resting now. I look forward to sharing this time with you again. Goodbye for now.